And what's going to happen in the near future is going to be quite scary for many reasons. Now, I know that a lot of you are going to doubt whether or not I'm crazy or whether or not I'm genuine. At least until my predictions start coming true, anyway. The way the world is right now, we're in the prologue to World War III. What's going to happen over the course of the next few years is going to scare the shit out of people. Now, I haven't seen everything yet. There's still things that need to happen before I can give the details that I'd like to give. But we'll start with America. What's going to happen is, as I've said before, these ice raids are going to have two consequences. Temporarily, it's going to encourage the lefties to get some power over America, and Islam is going to temporarily get its claws into Americans' government. But it's going to have drastic consequences. Because it's going to turn America into a battleground. And they're gonna fucking regret it once they fucking realize just how fucking many of America's fucking public has fucking got guns in their homes. And it's gonna scare them even fucking more once they fucking realize just how many of those fucking people fucking know how to use them from fucking more than just intimidation factor. So I'm gonna temporarily move over to Europe. Because America's future is tied to what's about to happen to Europe. The EU and the United Nations are about to fall apart. In the next couple of years, they're going to dissolve. This is going to scare a lot of fucking people, but there's no need to be frightened. Because at the moment, the laws that we've put in fucking place in the EU and the United Nations is a noose around our neck. They're not going to be fucking dissolved because we've given up on each other. They're going to be dissolved so that Islam can't abuse the laws that we put in place to control the West. So when this happens, don't be frightened. When the EU dissolves, Germany and Italy and France to a degree, because France at the moment is conflicted. But Germany and Italy, when the EU dissolves, they're going to team up together and create something that's going to be very similar to the old Holy Roman Empire. France, as I said, to a degree is also going to be part of it, but France at the moment is turbulent. They're going to join in. Unlike Italy and Germany, France is holding back. They're up in the air about the thought of having to resort to the methods, the hard stance methods that Germany and Italy are going to resort to keep control of their countries. France is going to be a little bit reluctant to commit 100%, and it's going to be a bit of a turbulent ride for them, but they will also join this version of the Holy Roman Empire. The Pope that's going to inspire this is going to be a completely devoted Christian, but when he dies, it's going to trigger a revolution. what will happen during this time, Egypt's going to rebel and inspire many of the Islamic countries to rebel with it. When this happens, the Islamists in the West, in Britain and America, are going to try to use our countries to suppress the rebellions that are going to spring up all across the East. At the moment, only a few Islamic countries in the East, like Iran, are rebelling at the moment. But the success of Iran is going to give the others the confidence to know that they're not unbeatable. This Pope that's going to be an inspiration, a completely devoted Christian. He's going to be a completely devoted Christian and inspire a lot of people. When he dies, he's going to inspire all the Christians in these Islamic countries to fight Islam. They're going to rebel against Islam, and Islam is going to attempt to use the West to put down the revolution. When that happens, Britain and America will erupt into a civil war. And we will take back our countries. Asia is not going to be quiet during this time either. China's going to surprise everyone. Japan too. Japan are going to come to the aid of America. Russia is up in the air. Can't get 100% a 100% read on Russia's fate right now. Australia. Australia's got a very turbulent future ahead of it. And it's going to be linked in with the countries in the south of Asia. In what way? I'm not 100% sure. Something that hasn't happened yet that's going to tie them together. I get the feeling that it's got something to do with India. Something is going to happen in India that's going to trigger turbulent time in Australia, but I don't know what it is. This will be leading up to World War Three. Australia too is going to erupt into a civil war when World War Three breaks out, and it's going to be triggered by India. In what way, I don't know. Korea keeps jumping in my head, and I don't know why. They're very shrouded in mystery, but they keep popping up, and I don't know why. But don't underestimate them because I get a feeling they're going to play a part in what's to come. I'm not 100% sure what that is because they're very quiet. Like a lot of Asia, they're not quick to open up to people, and that's understandable, considering the history of Asia as a whole. It's seen its fair share of dictators and hordes of all kinds. Korea's going to come out of its isolation, but I don't know. I don't know yet what's going to trigger it. I think, I think, I think it's got something to do with India. I'm not sure what. The two of them keep popping in my head together, and I don't know what the connection is because I haven't seen enough yet to know. They're not going to be quiet forever. Something is going to trigger them. Something is going to trigger them, and I can't get a read on what that is. I know you doubt, and I don't blame you. Don't know enough about the politics that's going on in Asia at the moment to put the pieces together, but something is telling me that Korea and India have got to be in their bonnet with each other. I'm getting mixed fucking readings. I don't know enough about what's going on in fucking Asia's got a lot of history to deal with. History it doesn't like to talk about. Not with outsiders anyway. Think they're going to be just fine. Korea's slowly been settling its differences and healing. They're almost ready to come out of their isolation. India. Getting riots. I'm getting riots popping into my head, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what this is about. It's another civil war, but I don't know what. I can't get a read on what's going on. I can't get a read. I can't. It's religious related, but I can't tell whether Islam's going to try and take over India or whether it's got something to do with their primary religion in India. But it's definitely religious related. Something is going to trigger. Something is going to trigger India to snap. I don't know in what way though. It's definitely centered around religion, but I can't tell whether it's their actual religion or it's Islamic related. But I'm getting the feeling that there's a lot of unhappy people in India. I'm getting the feeling that there's a lot of unhappy people in India unhappy with the reputation that they've been earning for themselves. I can't I can't tell if the Middle East is going to invade or whether or not they're just going to rebel against their religion just because of its similarities to Islam or what. But I keep getting flashes of rioting. I'm not sure when this is going to happen either. I don't know enough about what's going on in Asia to put it into context. I'll have to get back to you on all that.